If you've ever experienced using these, you know you can't use these. However, if you want to use your hands and you're stuck on crutches, look what I found. Yes, this is a knee crutch by iWalk Free. And in today's video, I'm going to give you an in-depth review of what I experienced using this, the good and the bad, and if it's going to be beneficial for you if you have a leg injury. I'm Joe, a mobility fitness coach, helping busy people get stronger, leaner, and more energetic despite their hectic schedule. Unfortunately, I experienced an Achilles tendon rupture on my right foot, and yes, that limited my mobility greatly. I can't drive, or let's just say I couldn't drive. I couldn't sit properly. I couldn't stand properly. And as an active coach and a dad of 2 little ones, it really limited my ability to move around, play, and work. But luckily, I did receive one of these iWalk Free knee crutches from the iWalk team. They graciously sent me one over so I can use it in my rehab journey, and then also doing a review to give my honest opinion of this device and if it's going to suit you. So as you're watching this video, you'll see how I've been using this indoors and outdoors. So first off, the knee crutch is built pretty sturdy. Okay, like it's got these metal frames. It's got 3 easy straps that you can adjust, plus padding, so it fits comfortable around your leg. It's also got this, can you see here, this Vibram grip on the bottom, which is one of my favorite brands back in the days for barefoot training. So that was already a plus in my book. However, does this really work, and did I really find it useful through my day-to-day activities? Keep on watching. This is my initial experience of when I was putting on the iWalk, as you can see here. It's fairly easy to strap on, as I mentioned. It's got 3 straps. You can easily adjust it, and then it snaps and hooks on. And there's some other adjustments that you can fine-tune, like the width of your thigh, and how tall you are. And all those do make a difference. And this is my initial first attempt at using this knee crutch. They have a lot of good instructional, informational videos on what to think about before you start using it, how to adjust your straps and the height, and different movements to get your body more comfortable with it. Because I have noticed also there are some reviews that people just didn't like it, they felt uneasy on it, they had a fear of falling or slipping or tripping, and those are all valid. However, there's a little bit of a learning curve. And once a body starts to become comfortable with the knee crutch and the movements of walking, for myself, it was a game changer. Because now my hands were free. I no longer needed to be attached to the couch because I can move around. And yes, that I still have a little bit of fear of using it and falling, for sure. That's like I would think anyone would, especially when you have an injury. But it took me a few minutes to start to get more comfortable with the walking movement. And I guess I'm still doing what they call a wedding march, where I'm walking and I'm kind of stopping next to my injured leg and back and forth. But if you actually start walking like you would normally, it becomes your gradual back into your normal regular walking motion. So I used the knee crutch for probably about 2 to 3 weeks, off and on, mainly inside the house, because I wasn't really going outdoors too much, except when I went to physio. So in terms of getting around easily in the kitchen and the house, I would say once you get the hang of it, you become more confident and you can start to begin doing more things. So are there any negatives that I found with the knee crutch? Well, there was only one for myself, and that was the discomfort that I felt after a longer period of use. So I felt it right around my knee. It wasn't where the padding was, so that's like where my knee rested. It was actually near the top, right? So where my quad attaches to the kneecap right here. So that was the area that I felt a little bit more discomfort. And they mentioned to me that maybe the way that I cinched the straps were not tight enough, right? So my knees were, I had a little bit of space between the pad, and then every single time I moved, it lifted up a little bit, so that caused me my discomfort. So I cinched it really tight, right? But then you get another discomfort of, it's really compressing the muscles and the veins in your legs, so you get that bit of discomfort. But I was willing to take that trade-off because of what I could do with my hands and the way that I could move around. So that's up to you. Like, everybody's different. Maybe you won't want that trade-off, or maybe you do, or maybe you find an adjustment that really works well for you. So it really didn't bother me that much, but that was probably my one outstanding negative for myself and my experience with the knee crutch. So is this device great for everybody to use? Well, I guess it depends, because there is a bit of a learning curve. You do need to have some sort of balance, because there are times where you might rub against something and you might lose a little bit of balance, so you need to recover quickly. And if you have poor balance to begin with, this might not be the best thing for you to use. And remember, when I was using this, it was mainly on somewhat flat surfaces, right? So in and around my living room, the kitchen. I did bring it outdoors a few times to get my kids from the bus, right? Walking around my backyard. But still, those are still fairly flat terrains. I've tried to use it on the stairs, so it's not too bad going up the stairs. I didn't really try going down the stairs because I had a close encounter going down the stairs with my crutches, and I think maybe that had something to do with it. And as I mentioned, strapping it on and off is pretty easy. I would still have something near you that you can hold on to as you're strapping, as you're putting these straps on. Like I said, they're pretty easy to strap on, and then that's it, and then you cinch it up. So that part, so the use of it is pretty efficient, and it's pretty easy to get it all set up. It's been a game changer for myself because it allowed me to use my hands, and I got comfortable using this probably within minutes. I could get around, right? Maybe I wasn't moving the most efficiently and effectively with the iWalk, but I was sturdy enough that I could stand up straight. I can actually use muscles in my right leg that I haven't been using for about 2 weeks. And somehow, I think indirectly or directly, it's actually quickened my rehab because I was using those body parts. Otherwise, I'd be laying down and not actually using the muscles above my foot. So if you do have a foot injury and you can't get around, your mobility is totally shot now, and you're laid out for a while, I would really recommend checking the iWalk free knee crutch because it may just give you back that sense of confidence, the energy, and a motivation like that you're going to get through this and that you're going to continue doing things. At least that's what it did for me. I'll leave a link and all the details for the iWalk free knee crutch in the descriptions below. If you've had experience using the iWalk free knee crutch, please drop me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, hit that subscribe button and check out my rehab journey with this playlist.